Yo, what's going on, all my gamers, all my gotcha gamers? Fun fact, I've recorded this about 3 different times because I didn't know when I was going to get to have the perfect video, because this is a kind of a nuanced topic. Not really a nuanced topic, but I have a nuanced opinion on this topic, and I didn't really want to come out here and give you an opinion where it wasn't up to the standards that I thought I should have it at, if I wasn't explaining myself correctly. But first, I just wanted to say, thank you to everyone. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, so hopefully I get to join the super secret society and get to be a actual CC now, get to be considered a gotcha content creator, get invited to all the podcasts and all that good stuff. Anyways, first I want to talk about, is Tectone right? Does being more positive and not being toxic, does that get you more views and get you pretty much, and I don't know how else to say this, but it pretty much doesn't get you to the top. When you look at the top metrics, you don't really have much of a wiggle room to disagree with what he says, and I am not going to come on here and openly disagree when all metrics point to him being correct, right? The only example of someone who, you can kind of classify it as negative, I guess, but the way that I see it, it's more of Tectone calling people out. Tectone would be an example of someone who is, saying things that are not so positive about companies, but he's mostly doing it because he wants to call them out and not let them get away with what they're doing. Totally fine. I get it. I don't even like these companies. I like their games. Ever since Riot Games screwed me over, I don't like these companies. When it comes to myself, I have made some negative videos, like when I made a negative video of 2.1 and I reviewed it in a way that was just going off the top, just yelling and fighting, fussing and cussing, just saying everything negative that I can about it. And it's probably my most downvoted video. It has a lot of views, but I lost more subscribers than I gained in that video. So being super negative definitely doesn't get you a lot of views. Like someone in that comment, this comment has stuck with me, and especially when I try to review things, it's not the fact that I said that it was bad, it's the way that I presented it. I presented it super toxic, super negative, and so everyone disagreed with me. If I was just like, you know what? Hey, Wuthering Waves 2.1, I'm not exactly resonating with it. Didn't really meet my expectations. I feel like a lot more people would have either agreed or would have been so much more okay with agreeing to disagree. And I still stand by that. It's not exactly, it's not the top patch, I would say. There's definitely better patches. It's just not for me, I don't think. Even with agreeing with Tectone, I can't say that I do see where Mr. Pokey got the idea that saying more negative things about Hoyoverse does get you views, because every day, because I am in Tectone's Discord, every time you go look at the Daily Scramble, there is mostly going to be at least 1 or 2 videos of people suggesting that are very negative Hoyoverse, and it's like, if you can get the big man to react to it, you can have a lot more eyes on you. You'll have more subscribers. You'll have more views, and it can kind of kickstart your channel. So I do agree with Tectone that it is not very viable in higher, the high subscriber count to be more negative and be less positive, but when I see this stuff happening down here I'm gonna have to say it like this, but down here in lower elo, lower subscriber count, there is somewhat of how do I say this? I feel like it's not meta per se, but I do think there is somewhat of a cheese strat, if that makes sense, where you can't make a video, just title it, Hoyo bad, or people talking about their experience with Hoyoverse and just saying anything that would paint Hoyoverse in a negative light, and it will get more eyes on you. Now, will this bring you up to someone to the size of, let's say, Saint Tone does? No, I don't think so. Saint has been grinding, and he's, made a lot of content, and he will be at that. You will never, someone having a one-off video won't be at the same level as him. But having those kind of eyes on you definitely can kickstart your channel in a way, if that makes sense. So it's not so much you're not going to see this strat in high elo is what I'm trying to say. This strat is a low level rat strat that works like in bronze lobbies, Hoyo bad. And now you have, let's say, 1,000 to maybe, the most I've seen is like 700, not 700, 70 or like 100,000 view video. And something like that, it's like, a decent amount of those people are going to stay, right? So in a way, when all these people are reacting to this negative content, this negative anti-Hoyo stuff, or even, not even just posting the videos, but the fact that they're reacting to it, I think the reacting to it is the most important part, right? They've even said that people have said themselves that, hey, if you make a negative Hoyoverse video, there's a good chance that I'm going to react to it. When people say things like that, it does make it seem like there is this agenda and this route that you can just be like, oh, Hoyoverse, bad, I'm going to get views. But, just like with other low elo players who don't really know how to play the game, they're going to try to do it and implement it in a way that it might, they think it will work for them. But, as anyone who is more experienced in the game or more experienced in making videos and trying to grow a community, it won't really work for them in a way that'll be sustainable, right? So I think a lot of people do see this negative connotation and negative agenda for Hoyoverse, but I think it is for low elo content creators only. Like, you're not going to see this from someone from the size of Tectone, right? I mean, I don't think so. Or at least that's just how I feel, right? But like I've been saying, this kind of strat more than likely will not work out to be a sustainable content creation channel, stuff like that. You're more better off trying to make funny videos or trying to, just play the game. Like, I think I went and seen what wuwa players were expecting of their CCs, and a lot of them are just saying that they're just done with the drama. They don't want to be in this whole, or some of them don't really want to be in this war and be, wuwa versus Hoyo or anything like that. What they want is to see people actually play the game, which I completely agree. It's gotten to the point where I don't really even want to watch gacha content, because the last thing I want to do is have like a wuwa creator, preach to me why Hoyoverse is bad. And that's going to sound like, of course, it's going to make me sound like a shill, right? And I don't know. I think it's just the whole thing. It's like, why do I want to hear this from you? You know what I'm saying? You don't play Hoyoverse, all you play is wuwa. And I feel like that's just also going to fuel more of the war between Hoyoverse and, Hoyoverse and Kuro Games. But that's a whole different story, That's a whole nother video for a whole different day. For now, I do want to reiterate that I think in the long run, it is better to be more positive. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I feel like a lot of people should be doing. If you like your game, like your game. Like I've been playing PGR. If I make a video where I'm going to review PGR, I'm not going to talk about how it's better than Honkai Impact 3rd. That's like, you're trolling at that point. I don't know. That's just how I feel. If you feel like doing that, you do that. Me, I'm not going to do that. Chat, let me know how you guys feel. Do you guys also feel like you've seen a rise of negativity? And do you think that, it seems like people are using it to get free views, which, I do believe these people when they say and call out Hoyoverse. I want that to be completely, I want that to be completely known. I do believe these people when they're making these videos, but I'm just saying that there could be people that would use this as a strat. I'm just saying that it's been proven to be a viable strat. I'm just saying I would keep an eye out for it. Let me know how you guys feel. Chat, comment, like, subscribe, and I will catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.